P1Harmony UNIQUE album sampler. I don't know why YouTube is being weird. Anyway, I'm so excited for this. I'm vibrating. I need to calm down, focus. Super excited to see what we're gonna get sonically, because with a title like UNIQUE, like I was saying in the teaser for the music video for that song, I feel like we're gonna have to be leaning in to interesting decisions, like production wise, and that always makes me super excited.
My crew,
it's a cool shot through the window. Ooh. Ooh, really interesting. Again, like the production on that, I know this isn't going to give us everything that we're getting, but even like the delivery of the lines, like the placement of the sound there is also interesting, especially if it was Jung like we got with the visual. That there's a lot. I was a little distracted by them like pushing each other around, but it's a little bit of a different tone that I'm used to, and some of that might be the mixing. I don't know. Ooh. Just casual. I guess pandemonium. It's a wild, like, bassy. Whoa. There was like a bassy synth that was happening that almost sounded like a voice sample or like something that's been like really distorted. Also, again, like interesting delivery to have almost like this like thin sounding vocal contrasting with the heavier like bassier production stuff that was going on. Very intrigued by that. That one definitely seems like a fun like kind of dancey track, and I'm always here for those. Whoa, synthy. Vocals. Beautiful light vocal there. Whoa, wait. I love how synthy that one was. Like dreamy, especially with the like lighter sound, right? The like vocal, like very like breathy sound that we were getting. Ooh, and I always like when we get one of those like lighter vocals from any of the members, especially in contrast to like Kyo's, because he has so much weight and like the darker tone to it. It's such a fun contrast to play with because he's a very smooth sound, but because there's like a weight to the kind of like heaviness to that darker vocal, that it's always fun to see how they play that off of the other members. Cute. Don't wink at me. Oh, I'm instantly in love with that one. Immediately I was like, oh. The bass line is a little bit like of a funk lean to it. It's almost making me think of some of the stuff we got on X. A little bit of that like rock lean, but like obviously with more of a pop influence to it. Oh, I'm excited for that one. It's like I instantly got giddy with that because I was like, give me any kind of like funky bass line, and I'm like, hang on a second. All right, okay, we're getting so much. I feel like all these songs have such a different personality from each other, if that makes sense. Which I'm very, again, like with an album like UNIQUE, I'm like, yeah, give me a bunch of different stuff, especially since they've been playing around a lot with all that. Oh, we get choreo. Ooh, that isolation. Oh, I'm so excited. excited for that one too. Getting like little snippets of choreo. I don't know how much we're gonna get choreo for like how many songs. Honestly, I haven't been getting into all the details of this comeback. I'm just like, I'm excited. I don't need to sell me. I'm being excited about a P1Harmony comeback. But again, that's such a different sound, but it seems a little bit closer to some of their like earlier stuff, to have a bit of that like darker, very like more like electronic based production, more of a like hip hop lean, right? Obviously like different in terms of they have a few more years under their belt of being performers and like what they want to bring into a performance. It's giving a little bit of that, and I always like when we get a little nod to some of the more like darker like concepts they had in like the first couple of albums or like EPs that they put out, but like with a much more like laid back delivery to it. They're very intense earlier on and it's fun to see them refine that into something that fits more with their like more recent persona as a group, right?
Put it on. Certain act, then I put it on. Make 'em try.
Okay, so ready.
I'm way too cold like the window. Pull 'em, make it freeze, make it shiver. Put it on. Pull it up, then we put it on. That's my name, see me dripping on. I'm way too cold like the window. Pull 'em, make you freeze, make you shiver.
Remember when I was like, they're less intense? They were immediately like, hang on a second. A darker sound, definitely leaning more into those electronic kind of sounds and everything. But I also think it's really interesting that it feels like we're bookending some of this album, right? Like Unique feels like we're going to be getting some of that like off-kilter, but definitely a bit of a darker leaning sound, like even like visually, right? We're getting like a much kind of like darker shadows, even like the like costumes and everything, or outfits. Same with like Pandemonium, but like leaning into some of that like chaos, and then it starts to get lighter, right? We get like more of a synthy sound. Incredibly excited for Wednesday Girl, the whole kind of like rock leading sound, but like significantly brighter setting, right? Like the kind of vibes that we're going for, and then leaning back in to the darker concepts as we go into the last couple of tracks. So I think it's really interesting that it feels like we're progressing through a journey, even just like with this preview, like visually, from the chaos at the beginning where they were like pushing each other around, and then we have it like the end where we have like choreography where they're like all in sync with each other, and then even with Ice where they're like more grungy with it, right, and being able to like improvise and do their own thing. It feels more collective than with Unique. So already I feel like I have an idea of what kind of journey we might be going on with this album, at least like thematically, maybe. Super excited though. I feel like we're going to be getting so many different things with this already, like different influences, and that always makes me super excited.